Welcome back to El Paso, everybody. We are joined here now with attorney Daniela Labinoti for our weekly segment, Legal Jargon, where we get some of our law questions answered by an attorney herself. So this week's segment has, again, to do with the roads, and if you happen to damage your car somehow, but this week's is about if you happen to damage your car due to construction materials in the road. So if you do, let's say, get in a wreck or whatnot because of some sort of construction that was in the roadways, is there anything you can do? Can you sue for that?
Absolutely, you can. So those construction companies, they have a duty to make sure they do their job with reasonable care, and then they're safe and they don't create a dangerous condition for the motorist, right? And so my law firm has had, several cases against construction companies where they've had, there was a case where the vertical panels were misplaced. They were placed wrongfully and created such a dangers in the road that resulted in the death of a couple. So I remember working on that case, and that was devastating. Actually, they just got married and they both died in that accident. Yeah, super sad. But we've had cases where, even like someone going with a motorcycle and the construction people had placed like a tape somewhere which was not visible to the motorist, and the person hits the tape and flies and has sustained serious injuries. So yes, construction companies are not bulletproof, and if they don't pay attention, and I've seen that quite a bit myself, even when one time I was driving myself and I didn't get injured, but they created a mess on the road and people were going in the wrong side of the road because the vertical panels were placed wrongfully, and the bus almost hit another vehicle with children, which was crazy. And so, because they're not paying attention to their job. So everyone has a duty to exercise reasonable care and doing their job safely. And if they don't, and they hurt someone and they create a dangerous condition, then they will be subject to a lawsuit. Unlike a government where you have to go through the tort notice and waiver, construction companies, like any other party, they can be sued. There's a 2-year statute of limitation, but yes, so the answer is yes, they need to pay attention, their employees need to pay attention, and they cannot cause dangerous condition on the road that harms others.
Okay, nice. And
you can sue for personal injury damages, medicals, loss of wages, pain and suffering, impairment. Yes.
Okay, and even let's say it's a situation where maybe you weren't hurt, but your car was damaged.
Yes, they can. Absolutely. They can make a claim against a construction company. It's much easier. Again, they're just like any other private entity, private party.
Okay, all right, perfect. Well, there y'all have it, folks. If you happen to get in a wreck and hurt yourself, or even if you don't hurt yourself and you just damage your car due to a construction company's fault by having construction materials in the road, well, you can definitely sue for that. So make sure you tune in next week on Wednesday for our legal segment, or our weekly segment, Legal Jargon, where we get our law questions answered by attorney Daniela Labinoti. And stick around because we have a lot coming up on El Paso.